Welcome to the last and final episode of the Post-it Podcast. I'm Cassandra Romero, and today I'm joined with Samantha Delgadillo. Hi, Sam.
Hey, Cassie. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing really good. I'm so excited to be back for the final episode of season 2.
Yes.
I'm so excited, and I'm super excited for this episode because we have fellow seniors with us. We have Miss Eliana Madera, who is senior class president, and we have Miss Carla Flores, who is student council president. So it's just so great to have, fellow students here with us today, finally. How are you girls doing?
Hey, we're doing
good.
Well.
Yeah.
I'm really, a little bit nervous, not gonna lie.
A lot
Yeah.
nervous.
They actually listen to our podcast.
I know, which is so
Yes,
intriguing because
yes.
I remember I talked to Eliana in class and I was like, hey, we really want to have you and Carla on, and she's like, no way, oh my gosh. So I was super excited. I was like, OMG, we have followers, we have fans.
We literally get so excited. Carla's like, I'm in the car and she's like, oh my god,
A new episode.
we
We need to
gotta put it
watch.
out there. Like we're eating McDonald's or something. We're just like, oh my god, look who's on.
Oh,
We're the number one
you.
viewers, definitely.
That's so
Well, thank
cool.
you.
Sure.
For those of you who don't know, Eliana and Carla, they are, as Sam mentioned, the senior class president and the student council president. They do take on many roles on campus. Carla is actually at the football games every time. She gives the intro speeches, I guess you could call it. And then Eliana is actually the cheer captain. Yes, for our cheerleading team. And so she's also at the football games. Every football game, she's there to support. And they're really true meanings of being a bear. And they're also announced in the mornings. They're part of the morning announcements. So if their voice sounds familiar, you know why.
We hear their lovely voices every
yes,
morning
yes.
at 10:15.
10:10.
Yeah,
10:10 sharp.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's honestly announcements are really hard. I know a lot of people think oh, you just go on, you
Just
get
read
phone
off the
and-
paper, nothing.
No, but it's they're there giving you a paper immediately, oh my god, just announce this, or let's say you can't do an announcement, they're oh, cut the announcements, and I'm like,
that happened to you recently.
Yeah, for start testing, I was like, oh, I'm so sorry, and I felt so bad, but it's scary sometimes.
Yeah, I remember last year a friend of mine, Anna Garza, I think she did the announcements one time when she wasn't supposed to, so it just cut off, and I remember I was listening to it, and then all of a sudden it was and I was like, oh, what happened?
No, literally, this past time they were oh, just say oh, and that's it, and I was like, oh, then I started stuttering, and I was like, oh, my bad.
You're
I was like, oh, have a good day. Hanged up real quick.
I would be so embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my god, no.
Yes.
No. But speaking of, obviously you have your different responsibilities, and announcements is one of them. Can you go into detail of the different responsibilities that come in with your roles? Because you have senior class president, and then you have student council president. Is it a little different? Is it similar? Tell me a little bit about that.
Okay, for the most part, we kind of work together. We help each other out a lot. Whenever I'm stressing over something, Eliana's there to help me out, and then vice versa. But it's kind of different during football games because I do the what do you call it, the welcoming speech, right? And then Eliana is in the friendship line, but not in the friendship line.
I'm there mostly for cheer.
Yeah. So
So
she kind of just she walks with the friendship line. She greets everyone.
Yeah, I think it's at the very beginning we had the same sponsor. Cantu
Right.
was our sponsor, so we were with each other most of the time. And so from when we did our senior sunrise, so I want to say, when did Duran come?
I think
December?
homecoming.
Yeah, so that time, that's from August to November, if anything, we did everything together. And if I had cheer, Carla would step in and be like, okay, I'll take over both councils. And everyone's really good at communicating and stuff. So we're always we have so many things mostly student councils 9/11, all the faculty things.
Yeah. Ceremonies.
From central office, how we do those little greetings for them, or teacher day or something. That's more student council. And then of course seniors, senior activities, but I like to ask student council for their input because they're seniors as well, so we gotta make sure everyone's agreeing and we all know okay, is this good for our class, is this not?
So would you say the busiest time is definitely first semester?
Oh yeah,
definitely, yeah.
So second semester is it more chill, or
it's still kind of right now what we're doing is teacher of the month and staff member of the month. That's what we just have meetings for, but it's pretty chill. But I would say first semester is it's very hectic.
Yeah, I feel first semester is more planned hectic, and then second semester is just thrown at you oh, we have this week, and we're
okay, we need you here right now.
Okay,
I'm at home.
So do you prefer the planned hectic or just the here?
The spontaneous.
The spontaneous hectic.
Both. They were not bad, but I love first semester a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel because that's where more like the spirit and like the ambiente is, and it's just like I don't know, and it's like football season, so it's just like I don't know, it's always more
pep
fun.
rallies, it's just everyone coming together and just celebrating and being hyped for the school year.
Literally.
Yes,
it's like you set your year.
Yeah, well, so senior year, I mean, the school year in general is coming to an end. So what are some events that you guys have planned for the seniors, one, and then the entire student body, if there's any?
Well, right now we're just mostly trying to focus on like the staff and teacher of the month, just making sure like all like any staff and teacher are getting recognized who haven't. And then for senior, I'm really trying to push for a field day. I know a lot of people think it's like hard, like easy, like, oh, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? But
like it happens immediately, but no, it takes planning. You have, you
and
have to talk to
approval
certain
too,
people.
right?
Yeah.
Approval. So we're always like, hey, Dr. Bella, like, can we do this?
It's us again.
Like knocking on the door, like asking the secretary, like, can we go in? But I really want to do that, and like a senior week, like giving like little incentives, incentives, like a little like stars slushy for the seniors, like
that would be so cool.
And then like the last day on Friday will be like a field day, and like we go outside and like hopefully like moon jumps and just like little corn in the cup, like little things for us as seniors to do.
I think that would be so cool and so fun. And also, I know like a lot of us are like waiting for the banner because like the banner.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Yeah. It is?
We,
It's coming.
Like we wanted it last year, but of course we had to wait for like Dr. Bella to come in, so they kind of like pushed it to this semester, and then we wanted to do it in April, but he said like let's like do it in May so the seniors can keep coming, you know. Like
attendance,
trying to make sure and like something to look forward to. So it is there, it's coming, but hopefully this May we can like already unveil it.
Yeah, and go on. I'm sorry.
We also talked about having like a teacher. Like it's a volleyball game, like a staff member versus.
That would be so.
And that
cool.
we do it the whole school.
Yeah, like the whole school would be involved in it, and then like we would fundraise, sell tickets at the concession stand, so we would raise money there, and then the volleyball players, we were thinking that the volleyball players would teach. Like coach
the teachers,
Yeah.
Be so funny.
And like hopefully like seniors can get the teachers, juniors can like coach like the junior boys. Like we want to do boys, girls, like mix it up.
Oh yeah, that would be fun. That would be really fun.
Be so
like a big
much
bracket
fun.
game.
Yeah, towards the end of the year, once everything, no testing.
And I know you like I remember like when we had senior sunrise, I think it was you, Carla, that mentioned that you wanted to like try to incorporate a senior sunset.
Oh yeah, that's coming too.
Yeah, and I was thinking about it the other day because I came up, I don't know, I was scrolling through Instagram, and like a mutual that I follow, she goes to a different school, and she posted like their senior sunset, and I was like, oh my god, that's so cute. But I mean, I'm just so excited.
And it's gonna be even better than the sunrise, because the sunrise, I think the sunrise it was amazing. I thought it was, the way we planned it was perfect.
No, I still think like low key we could have done more, but then it's like there's not much you can do at 6 a.m.
Yeah.
Oh my god, yes. I mean that's the only downside, the waking up in the morning.
Yeah.
I remember I was like, oh, do I really even want to go? Because
I don't think we slept.
No, we really. I think we slept an hour. That's it.
Yeah, and then we just woke up and we were.
We're like,
there.
we're woke.
Yeah.
That's it.
I mean, either way, there was like coffee, and then right after you could just go home and sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, I was so excited for that. I was so pumped. I was like,
and that's what I'm most excited for senior year, like all the traditions and things like that. But yeah,
and that's what we're kind of starting. Like I know, like last year I want to say they tried doing a sunrise or sunset, but this year like we want to like start the tradition. Hopefully, like every year, like the senior class student council can come together and just make something big for the seniors, because it's like that's like the sunrise or sunset. I'm so sorry. Is like your send off. Like this is it.
Yeah.
The last gathering.
The last gathering, the last like fun event you're gonna have with your class. So hopefully, like we want to make it memorable.
We talked about it the day before graduation.
okay,
so
like
like
the day before.
that
That's
Friday,
perfect.
yeah.
And I like the dates that you guys are doing it, because I know like we had our senior sunrise like the day before school, and I thought that was the perfect day because it's like you rise, like it's the beginning. And I know like a lot of schools had them like super late or already within the school year, and I wasn't like necessarily a big fan of that, because I was like, the whole point is to like start the year with the sunrise and then like join in.
I think the same things. I'm like, this is like to start and it's like end it. So like I think doing a week before, a week after you start school is kind of like weird. To me, it's like,
I know, to me it's weird. I was just like, I'm glad that the girls put it the day before, because I agree with that like 100%. But moving on, that way we can get the juice out of everything. So how important is it to be equipped about like voicing the student body, because we talked about like everything that you want to do, and like people come to you and be like, hey, can you do this, can you do that? And like you guys said, it's not all possible, because like you can't do everything, because there's like a higher step above you. But how is it important, like knowing that these kids can come to you, like they trust you with voicing their opinion?
I think it's very important, because like we're the, I guess I want to say like the face for everyone. So like the voice. So they come to us so we can tell like the heads to be like, hey, like can we get this going? Like I know a lot of people like, and we take everyone's like
suggestions. Everything that people tell us, we go and talk about it. Okay, like we should do this, or like, oh no, I don't think like this could happen, or this could happen, or it couldn't happen, and we kind of just like.
We try to hear everyone and make sure to be like, and I like to get everyone's opinion. And I know a lot of people say like, no, like you're the president, like do like last final, but I want to make sure everyone's happy, everyone's like glad to be there, whatever we're doing. Yes. So I want to be like, hey, like do you like this? Would you be down to like want to do something like this like sooner or later? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think like compromise is such like a good quality to have in a leader, and it sounds like you girls have it because. You know, you want everyone to be happy with everything you put out because it's not just like about you or about a particular person. It's about everybody. You're representing like everybody.
And it's really hard to please everyone. That's one thing that we learned last semester, that you can't please everyone. And at the end of the day, not everyone's going to be happy with the decision you make.
So we just pray and hope like everyone loves it and everyone just like has a good vibe about it.
Yeah, that's good.
Yes. Well, as we mentioned earlier, you take on many roles for the school. So what are some other activities you girls are in aside from student government, I guess you could say?
Well, I'm also in FFA and then, of course, cheer. And I just, those three are my student council, senior class, cheer, and affair are my main things. And then, of course, I take GC classes.
Yeah.
I play golf. We just played a tournament this past weekend in San Antonio. We had regionals. We got district champs.
So good.
It was really, really exciting to win. I also did FFA with Eliana. We show pigs together. That's also where we kind of think like our bond goes even closer because we do things outside together. We do classes. I take the college classes too with Eliana.
Yeah. How is it like raising an animal? Because I like my cousin was in FFA and sometimes I would go to the farm and stuff and I always thought like I was like, should I do FFA? But then I really thought about it and I was like, I don't.
It's a lot.
It's
a lot.
I bet it's a lot.
But it's super fun though. Like it's honestly it's like you gotta wake up like before school, you gotta feed, and then of course like after school
you're coming to school smelly from because you have to go feed. It's horrible.
It's like you're like trying to like feed her and we're like, oh, don't get me dirty.
A bunch of perfume.
That's a lot.
Because it's like a daily commitment.
Yeah, you have
for
to
like
go
months. And then, so how did you girls do at the lifestyle show? Because that just happened recently, right?
Well, I didn't do what I wanted to, but we had previous ones, and those I did place pretty high. I got like 4th.
That's good.
Yeah, I got 6th place. I kind of was like, because I thought I was going to do a lot better, but, you know, it's okay.
But when you do it, you have to, like, have the mentality is that you're doing it to just show the pig, not for, like, the placing and stuff. Because a lot of people, like, get super mad when they don't place, like, 1st or 2nd. You just got to remember, like, this is just a fun project to do in high school. Like, not for, like, the money or, like, the buck or
because if you think of it as, like, the money aspect that, like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this to win money, then you're not going to, it's very rare that you're going to make, because you're going to spend more than you're going to get. Because you get, like,
$100.
Yeah, probably like $50 probably from stock show.
I thought it was way more than that.
No, like if you get like grand, you're gonna get like $20,000.
Yeah, I think
$20.
Yeah, you have to make sale.
But it also depends on like your animal too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. But like only $100. Because I know FFA is just expensive. Because like you know you're raising an animal, you have to like
the food, the supplies,
the feed, the shampoo, like. Just
the bedding, it's
everything.
a lot to maintain it.
But I think if you really love it, I would say like it's worth it.
Yeah.
And I think Garza does a good thing with the kids, and he like has us very involved. So that's like it helps being like we do also LDEs and like right now we're doing CDEs, so it's like milk quality and different things like that. So doing all those things, it just like the environment, I really like it.
Yeah, it's such a good environment for FFA.
No, and I noticed that everyone in FFA is close.
Yeah.
And I think that's so cool, especially also in drama. It's like you create these friendships that you not necessarily last a lifetime, but they last throughout these 4 years of high school, which is super cool.
Yeah,
it is super cool. I want to know, did your pigs have names? Obviously, right?
Wait,
your pigs.
Oh
the
yeah,
names.
we pick on names. Yeah.
Well, what were they?
This year, wait.
Mine was Loki.
Loki. Oh, Loki.
Like the from Avengers.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you
so bad.
Did you just blank out?
I just blanked out. I forgot my pig's name. This year it was Remy.
Remy. Oh.
Like Ratatouille.
Well,
like Ariana Grande.
Okay.
The song Rem, and then I just like put a I don't even know how I spell it. Sometimes I do an I and sometimes I do a Y.
She changes the
I know,
spelling.
like, probably in the paperwork, it's like, oh.
I'm like, what do I feel like doing today?
Okay. Well, we were talking about like the clubs and organizations right now, FFA, drama, and then earlier we mentioned like orchestra and all that. So, you know, PSJ offers like so many opportunities when it comes, like you mentioned, the dual credit classes and then cheer and, you know, extracurricular activities. How do you feel, like from the perspective of a student, how have these opportunities that PSJ has offered you benefit you in the future?
Honestly, doing like, I know to some people it's really hard doing like multiple activities, but it's helped me like grown as for multitasking and organizing and just like growing my leadership role as well. Like doing different things and they're all different. They're not all the same. So it's like a different environment every time. So you learn different things from each one.
Yeah. And I think every organization that you're doing, I think it kind of just, like you said, it's helping you multitask and then you're learning from it, from every single thing that you do. Like you learn, it's like a lesson. So
Most of the time, yeah. So like FFA I would do on like just raising and stuff.
and leadership, I think you definitely learn a lot of leadership from there.
And then from student council, it's just more like interacting with others and like being more outspoken. Because I know like Carla has to do like speeches to like the whole like city, and sometimes we even do speeches like here at school. So it just like gets us out of our shell.
Yeah.
And then same thing for cheer. Like Cantu has us doing so many things, and so I can't be shy. Like it helps us like branch out.
Yeah, definitely.
Is there anything that you girls like wanted to join and you just never did? Because you go, I mean, you all do so much. So it's like, is there anything that was like, oh, I really want to, but like, I just never did it?
There was for me, orchestra, I've always wanted to play the violin. Like my mom was like, why didn't you not put me in? And then drama, I've always wanted to do that too.
I always wanted to do drama. And I remember I talked about it with you, but just, I don't know how you did it. It was like the crazy hours, like you were here all day. Yeah. I don't know how you were able to
drama,
do that.
It's because like we want to try to bring in as much kids as possible and we try like to accommodate to schedule. Sometimes like if we were lucky, we'd have rehearsal 4:30 to 6:30, so like we'd just stay till 6:30. But like if we wanted to accommodate to everybody, and this year it was like that. Like for both shows, it was from 6 to 8. So like I would leave school, I'd probably get like a little snack or something, and then come back and be here till 8, and then like I had to go home and like, you know, do my homework and stuff. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I mean, but in the
crazy.
end, it's fun.
And do you have like early classes too, like 8:40, like first and second, or like you have first and second off?
First semester I was able to have my 8 days first and second off, but then second semester I ended up having to take a class, so I had to like book my schedule from first to second. So I don't have any off periods.
Oh my
like
God.
I'm like stacked.
And then you're still staying like after school for drama. I feel like it's so much, because then it's not just like everyone's like, oh, it's just acting, but like no, I feel like it's a lot more than that.
And then it's like also because in drama, like I was fortunate enough to have a leadership role, and I was like one of the only seniors there. Luckily, we had more seniors join this year, but like I was the only senior that had been there for like since my sophomore year. So like I had like the hang and stuff of everything. So I took on a leadership role, and I mean it's tough, you know, because it's not just like acting. Because a lot of times you'll think like, oh, like tech people like just do tech, like you know, you think we're separated, but we're actually like all close together. It's like actors are not just acting or like tech, I mean, they're just doing tech, right? Because like they're not like acting or anything, but like actors will also take on the role of like tech. So like we'll build the set, we'll like go get props, we'll go get
you have to build the set yourself, right?
Yeah, we build the sets ourselves. So our tech's like a big help with that, but like when we're not acting or we're like there's not much for us to do like on stage, we're like they're helping. So it's
with
like
anything like the back people need.
Yeah,
very hands-on.
It's crazy, and it's crazy hours. But I know you mentioned orchestra, and I have been recently to some orchestra like concerts that they have here at the school, and I just look at them and I'm like, how can you all do that? Like
the music is
the
so
mariachi.
pretty.
Oh my goodness,
mariachi. They're
mariachi.
so good.
Super good. I'm like staring there. I'm like, oh my God, they're so good.
No, for mariachi, like the first note they play, I'm like entranced. I'm like, oh my God, this is so
They
good.
played
I'm like
the
bumping my
scoreboard, I
head
was like,
too.
wow.
And then they're like singing too, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was like,
No, and they play at events outside of school too.
Yeah, they do.
We had Miss Olivan on in one of our very first episodes at the beginning of this season, and so she was telling us that, you know, they do play outside of school events too, which is cool because
It is.
you know they get that exposure to
exactly.
I feel like
and they're
everyone
really
deserve
good.
it, yeah, they're so
they
good.
do deserve it.
And you
yes.
can just call them up and be like, hey, can you like come like
And
real
they'll
quick?
go, yeah.
They'll go. Like as long as I think you give them like with enough
Ample
time,
time, yeah.
like
And stuff, yeah.
they'll like just show up. And I was like, that's so like cool to know. And I know right now like the orchestra kids and stuff, they're in Six Flags, so it's well deserved
Oh,
because
wow.
like they do really good.
Yes.
I'm like, besides orchestra, I was thinking like another, like, I'm trying to think of like all of our activities, and I really love what y'all do here. Like,
Yes, I think it's so
I
cool.
think it's so cool. And I love how
Yeah.
like y'all, like, you're there. I feel like y'all are there for a lot of events too, because you're there interviewing,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah,
there
and you-
at different stuff.
Yeah, mainly Cassie, because Cassie's one of the main ones here because I have drama and stuff. So I was never really available. So Cassie's like, she's the OG. She's the main one. She's actually
No,
the
well,
main-
you're actually the OG for KTRI.
Yeah, for KT, I started with KTRI last year, and then Cassie's actually the one that started the podcast with her previous co-host. And this year I was able to take the opportunity of, being her co-host.
Perfect. Yes. I
And
love
now she's
it.
gonna have someone else next year. I don't. Oh well, we know Valeria. Shout out to
Hopefully,
Valeria.
Yes.
Valeria.
You'll see her next
now,
year.
Now you have to be because we already mentioned your name.
Like, oh, she doesn't come back. I'm like, where's Lydia?
Remember this episode? We said.
I really wanted to do cheer, and I kind of think I did it this year.
Oh, you were the
Yeah,
mascot, right?
nobody. I don't think anyone knows
Sorry,
this.
I'm
Very
like
cool
every
people.
time.
I was a mascot for a competition,
Uh-huh.
and it was super cool. And it's not easy
You
being
know
a
what?
cheerleader.
I questioned that because I remember I saw the post like on
Oh, this is
Instagram,
Carla?
and I was like, Carla's not in cheer, and I was like, brain. I was like, why? Like I was like, cause it was just curiosity. I was like, why is she there? Like I'm surprised like they even let her go, cause it's a school like trip and stuff. But that makes so much sense. You were the mascot. That's
And
so cool though.
I think even me, I was like, oh, like the cheerleaders don't do anything, but going to practice, they actually do a lot. They're up in the morning, like at 6 a.m. It's really hard to be a cheerleader.
And
No,
I think
it
there
is.
at practice, like Gantu's like, oh, you gotta have so much energy, and it's like 6 in the
Yeah.
morning. You're like, yeah,
Nobody-
yeah,
like,
go, babe.
nobody
I want to
wants
be
to
in
be there.
bed.
Yeah, like I could be asleep right now. No, but Carla, like, I would say we kind of dragged her into it too,
Yeah.
because since like we're always hanging out, we're always together, and like us also being in the same activities helps us stay more together. We're like, Carla, like, come on, help us
Like,
out.
come on, we're going to death. I was like, okay, fine. I'm there.
And we're like begging Gantu, like, this is perfect. Like, she can be there. She knows her ropes. We'll teach her. Like, even at home, we'll be like, okay, Carla, let's practice real quick.
Yeah, and we're in her room. She's like, let's go. I'm like, dude,
no.
stop.
She's like, let me sleep. I'm like, come on.
No.
It's crazy. I can't imagine like waking. I can barely wake up for school in the morning. Like
Me
I'm
too. Oh my
pushing
gosh,
it. I
yeah.
like wake up like at 8:15 and I like get dressed like super fast and like come to school because it's tiring. But I know like cheer is hard. I remember I was in cheer like first grade.
No, yeah, same elementary. yeah,
No,
same
and
elementary.
it was like one of the best years of my life. I was like, "Ugh, this is like so me. Like I am so in the spotlight, and I wanted to continue it, but at the school that I was at, the next year, like because I was in cheer first grade, and then like because it was like a school where it's like as the years went, like the grades advanced. So it was only when I was in first grade, it was only up to second. So then like the next year, it was like kinder first, second, third, and they were only allowing third graders to try out. So I was like,
They ruin your
Like,
cheer
this is my
dreams.
moment.
I was literally
Honestly.
because I didn't know about cheer tryouts, and then I remember I was like close with the principal. I don't know why, and she was like, "Oh, there's gonna be cheer tryouts," and I was like, "OMG, yes,
She's
let
like,
me
"I'm
go."
there.
So I went, and then they're like, "No, sorry, it's only for third graders," and I was like.
That was like broken hearted,
bro-
like
I
with the
was-
palms in your hand, like,
No,
I'm ready.
I was like, I'm ready. I was like, sitting, I sat on the bench, like waiting for my mom, crying my eyes out. I was like, they
Aw.
didn't allow me to try out. It was so sad.
be like, I'll be a little manager. Like, let me get this.
I kind of was a manager too. Like,
Yeah, I was gonna
I'm
say.
always there. Everywhere that they are, I'm there too. Like just God knows what I'm doing, but I'm there with
Oh
them.
my god, hold this. Here.
Like
And
okay, I'm
running
holding everyone's
around.
phones.
Like,
Yeah,
here.
you should have just put like on your college apps, cheer manager.
I did actually.
Oh,
I
really?
did.
Yeah. Bro, wait, I would just like double check. Can do like, can we do this? She's like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I mean that's what I did too because like with drama and stuff, we don't do like presidents or like secretary or anything like that. I know other schools do, but like we don't. But I had a big leadership role, so I asked Miss Almaguer, I was like, hey, do you mind if I just put that I'm like president of the drama club? And she's like, yeah, you kind of are. So I was like, bet. And I was like, president.
Like head person, like
Head person.
Like, I
head-
think it's also like you do a lot. You do a lot
Exactly.
for your group. It's like you kind of are just take the role like
Yeah,
randomly. Like,
exactly.
Oh, okay.
It's not like I'm just putting it como si nada. It's like I actually earned that role. So it just I don't have a title to the name yet, but
But you
mean,
do in your head. You know.
Yes,
exactly,
yes, yes.
I do.
Yes. Well, with all of the extracurricular activities you guys are a part of, how important is the support from your parents to throughout these 4 years with everything that you've been in?
My mom. I know my mom's gonna watch this, and I usually don't like for my mom to come come like everywhere because she's just really loud. But my mom loves being there, supporting all of us. And
Little thing.
yes, she's there with her noisemakers. And actually, for Meet the Bears, she wasn't there, and that was my first speech that I was giving like as president. And I remember she wasn't in the stands. It just made me really emotional for her not being there. I think I literally went. I went and I I sat down. And I started tearing up because my mom wasn't there.
Aww.
And I know mom's gonna watch. She'll be like, look. And you say you don't want me there, but look at you. But I love my mom. She's very supportive in everything I do.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
I think for me, it's like, well, I have my dad here, so he's always like in the rope, like everything we're doing. Actually, no, sometimes he doesn't even know what's going on. I'm like, okay. No, but I tell him, because they did a lot for my sister. She did softball growing up, and like she did traveling and all that. So I always like, I'm mad. They didn't really pay attention to me, but I didn't do anything, so it's okay. But like now I'm like, hey, like you gotta come to my stuff. Like I need your support. But my mom's always there for me. She's like, are you like? They know when I'm stressed out. Like I say I'm not, but like I'm there like in my head a lot. And she's like, are you okay? Like do you need anything? Like it's okay. Like just take a break. You don't have to do everything all the time. But I'm like, no. Like I feel like I need to. Yeah. But I feel like they're there. They always tell me like they're always like reassuring me like it's gonna be okay. Like keep going. Like do not give up. And I just really love it. And I think without them, I don't know what I would be doing.
I know. Like my parents tell me the same thing. They're like, you can't do everything, and I'm like, yes, I can. I can do it. I can do it. No, but yeah, like the same with like my dad. Like I would literally tell him, I'll be like, oh, dad, I have this, and then like the day comes and I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. Like I gotta go. And he's like, where are you going?
Like they always say that.
I'm like, I told you I have this and this and this and this, and he's like, you never told me. I was like, I did though. I did. And then like my mom will be there. I was like, right, mom? Like I literally, I said it in front of you, both of you. And she'll be like, yes, she said it. And my dad's like, okay.
No, it's like I always have to tell him at a certain time where I know he's hearing me. Because if he's watching the TV and I'm like, oh yeah, dad, I got this. And he's like, yes. The next day he's like, you didn't tell me
he's
that.
He's like, wait, what? Like
what?
What's
and
happening?
I was like, you're literally sitting on the couch. She's like, yeah, I wasn't paying attention. Yeah. Like, oh my God.
No, my parents are great. And like, it's just... You need that support, and you don't think like you need it, like because we go through our phases, and it's like, no, like I don't want to I don't want my dad there, but like when they're not there, like it hurts.
Yeah,
like,
it did.
You don't think it does, but it's like oh, they're not here.
You're kind of
like,
bummed out. Yeah,
you get bummed out, and it's like. Oh.
Even for every my mom would help both of us like a lot.
I'm like, Irie's like, please, can you feed for me in the morning?
And I was like, my mom's like, I'm on the way. She would go and feed both of her animals when we weren't able to make it.
So I think like parents in general, like you need the support. Like I think kids are like, I don't like my mom. Like no, love your mom.
Yeah, love your mom.
Much.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
But we're gonna get a little teary right now because. We know graduation is coming really, really, really soon. And actually, we're talking about it right now, like in 5 weeks. Because
I thought it was 6.
Oh, maybe
5, 6.
No, after this week, it's 5 weeks already.
Stop.
Yeah, we're already like. Already. No,
I'm gonna cry.
Graduation is getting closer. So, how does it feel? We're in the last 5 weeks of the school year. Well, we're never gonna roam these halls again.
Oh my God!
Well,
you probably will.
We went to go pick up our cap and gowns, and even now.
Oh my God! That was.
We were having a blast over there. Like
I know. No one wanted to go take a picture. I was like, I'm taking a picture. Yeah. Like, what
I was the first. I was like, take my picture right now.
I'm also the type of person like I want people to remember.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God!
Exactly.
Like she was on Facebook. I'm like, yep, that was me.
That's so me. Like not in a bad way. I just like I like to be out there. Yeah. I mean, essentially, this is the extracurriculars that I do. Like, I put myself out there, and I'm out there because, like, I want to be out there. But is there, like, any last things, like, left for us seniors? I know we talked a little bit about, like, the different things that we wanted to do and incorporate, but is there anything?
I think for little tearjerkers, there is I know Kantu sent out the email this morning, the senior walk. So we're going to go to the elementaries and we're going to go like in your cap and gowns.
I have not seen the email.
I remember when I was in elementary, just watching the high schoolers walk the halls, and I was like, wow. Like, I used to think they were so cool.
Wow. We're seniors, and I don't even feel like a senior.
Yeah, I don't.
No, exactly. Like, have you seen those trends where it's like, oh, the seniors are so big, and then like it goes to like the freshmen are so annoying, or like the freshmen are so little. I was like I think like the other day I ran into, because I never ran into like freshmen like these past, and the other day I ran into freshmen and I was like, you are little. What are you doing here? Like, there's no way that like I don't know, like it's crazy, and it's just like. You think about it and you're like, because I remember when I was in middle school and I would look like at the seniors and I'd be like, wow, they're so big. And then like now it's like, oh my God, like I'm the senior now. Like I don't
small,
feel
exactly.
Like I don't feel any bigger or like.
I remember when I was a freshman, like when we were walking past and I'd be like, I would not make eye contact. I was so scared.
I talked about this with Carla before that. Like in FFA, we're like, I don't remember like as a freshman talking like that much with the seniors, and now like the freshmen talk so much to us, and we're just like, what? Like I was so scared.
Yeah, I was so scared to like have any interaction with any seniors, but now like the underclassmen like, hey, like what's going on? Hey,
like,
take me over here. I'm like, oh, chill.
Like, we're not like
Calm
that.
down.
No, I feel like it's just like times have changed and like, you know, people and it also depends on the person, and it depends like I guess who the seniors are, because if they feel comfortable enough to like go up to you and you're nice.
We do. We go and talk to,
you know,
like anyone.
I try to say hi to like a lot of people, like even from middle school I don't talk to, like it's like senior class. I'm like, oh hey, like if I'm like in a hall, just at the simple hi, just to like know like, oh like I remember you. Don't think like I'm like ignoring or
you saying hi to someone, like what if they're having a bad day, you know, like
exactly.
I think it makes their day.
Yes,
it does
definitely.
make a difference. I don't know, it's crazy. I'm just like, I was listening to the other day Taylor Swift's Never Grow Up.
Oh my god.
And I was
Did
like,
you cry?
no, because I was like, there's no way I'm relating to this right now. Like,
Just the first, all I need to hear is like the one, like that first like beat. I'm like, oh my, take it off. I can't take it off already.
no, like I was like, as soon as I go into my dorm and my dorm is set up, best believe that I'm posting on Instagram and I'm putting that part like, so here I am in my new apartment.
Cassie, you're not so far from like,
I know.
I know.
This is gonna be you next year.
I
And
know,
then you
I
know.
know.
You're like,
no,
there, like,
it's because like I'm trying not to think about it, because there is like a lot of stresses, like academically too.
You have to enjoy everything.
I want to enjoy it because I do stress a lot over things that are like, don't worry about it, you know, like my mom's like, don't worry about it and things like that. Like it hasn't come yet, but you know, I'm just trying to live in the moment right now.
And I think like that it's gonna come so fast.
I know. I feel like I already have senioritis as a junior. Like, come on.
Exactly. Well, in your defense, we are like in the last like weeks of school, so I mean that's normal, right? I was getting senioritis like December.
No, literally. I feel like, well, at the very beginning, August was like, I'm gonna do all my work. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna be productive. Now I'm like, somewhat like, please give me an extension.
In
like,
January,
I really need
when we
it.
came back from like Christmas, like I was like, yeah, I'm getting everything done. Like I'm
going to
a
class
whole switch.
every day.
Like no,
It's the break that you
it's
need.
really hard.
It is hard. I mean, but I mean, it happens. I mean, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I just think, and I'm like, do I really want to do this? I think it's more stressful like first semester, because it's like getting the hang of it, and then it's like your college application,
And the scholarship
applications. I feel like it's calmer second semester.
Yeah.
But it's also like, oh shoot, we are second semester.
Yeah.
But I still feel like be like on top of everything, because I feel like a lot of people don't really announce. So like, oh, have you done this? I'm like, oh no, I didn't know about it. So like you have to go and be like, okay, I gotta research for a lot of things and just like remember like so much.
Yeah, like constantly go to the Go Center.
Yeah.
The Go Center is like gonna
Tell
have
your
like,
friends.
That's
go.
the goal.
yeah.
Nice. Love
Miss Reyes and Miss Bucio.
So
I love them. Shout out to Miss Reyes and Miss Bucio, who are actually, oh my god, well, now that we're on the topic of this, because Miss Reyes was telling me that she's going to the Taylor Swift concert this weekend.
Stop.
So you guys are going too, right?
On
I think she's going today. So she took the day off today.
Okay.
And so you guys are going Sunday, right? I am so excited for you guys. Like,
I love. Do you like Taylor, Cassie?
Yeah, but I'm not like a
Thirsty
like
like
like let's go to the concert. Like, no, I'm okay. But
Like you'll bump to Lover, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like
You
the
belong
big
with
song.
me, like-
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
no,
yeah.
you guys are going to have like the best time of your life. I had the best time of my life. I was like,
I'm so excited.
my voice was like, hi guys, I can't. Like it was horrible.
I'd be like a newbie fan, so I don't know words. And Carla's like coming for me. She's like, really, Ellie? You don't know the
really?
words?
You're going to the concert, you don't even know this song.
I'm like, oh my
No,
God.
I feel like that would be me. That's why I'm like, oh, I don't need to go. Like, I mean, it would be awesome to go, but it's like, I mean, I'm okay. Like, I'd rather go to like Morgan Wallen or like Luke Combs, you know, like country is my genre.
You just gotta know the set list. If you know the
Just
set
study
list,
the set list. And for the most part, I've been teaching Eliana these past days.
I'm getting really good, guys.
We have like a little playlist. And Eliana knows the songs already. She's ready for the concert.
I'm like
ready.
driving.
Cassiel's going too, right?
Yeah.
She's
Now
telling me she's been practicing too.
Who's going?
Cassiel,
Eliana's
my cousin.
Yeah, no. The real kicker is if you know the surprise songs.
Oh my God.
I'm Never Grow Up, please.
Oh
please. I
Wait,
need
that's
it.
not on the set list?
No.
So
Never
that's
Grow
like
Up's
Carla's
not.
like praying that it's never grow up.
Because I think as soon as I hear, she knows I'm here. She
She knows I'm
knows.
here. She knows I'm here.
She's
No.
singing it for me.
I know for my concert she played Death by a Thousand Cuts and Clean. And I was so happy with those songs, but like as like time goes on, I really wish she would have played Right Where You Left Me.
Oh,
Okay, that
yes.
one, I was like, that one I do know. I don't
You're
know
like, I know that one.
I know that one. I was like, for sure.
It's so sad.
No, I think I would like combust. I think I would. Give it.
Are all her
my
like surprise songs slow or it
Well,
just
there's a
depends?
piano and then a guitar version.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, okay,
It's because
okay,
like all her
acoustic.
songs, you can like strip them down to be acoustic.
Okay,
So
yeah,
they can
makes
either be
sense.
played on piano or guitar. So that's like, I don't know, it's the best part of the night. I think it's the best part of the
Yeah.
night. Like it's so much fun. But anyway,
Getting
let's.
too carried away with Taylor Swift.
I love Taylor Swift. You guys gotta post.
I love
I'm gonna
Taylor
be
Swift.
like.
I know.
Later.
Someone's like, I need to bring this up. Like, I need to bring this up. You know, they're going this weekend.
I know.
I need to bring this
I
up.
need to bring this up.
We have our outfits. We're ready.
No, my only dilemma, I just picked out the top of this like this morning. I went to Zara and I was like, before the podcast, like, let me go and find something real quick. And the shoes, like I feel like I'm gonna be hurting. I feel like heels are like not it.
Oh no, you gotta go with comfortable shoes. I just wore my Air Forces.
Wear
and
the
I was good with
heels
that.
for like the
Pictures.
pictures, and then
I
take
like
extra shoes.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Mom, hold on, stay in the car real quick. I gotta put these back.
Yeah, it's because no, but the thing is like carrying them like all the time. And actually, because I got there to the venue early, so I was there since like 2, and the gates opened up like at 4:30. Because like my seats were first come first serve, so it's like wherever it was, and my feet were like hurting already by like, and that's because I was wearing my Air Forces, and I was like, this is not good. But actually, during the concert, I was standing up the whole time, and like I didn't like my feet were not hurting at all.
You're
It's just
in
because
the
too much
moment,
having
yeah.
fun.
you're in the moment, so like you don't like feel it, and I'm like screaming and like
Screaming and crying.
no, like the little girl,
Yes.
the little
No, sorry.
I know, like the little girl in front of us. Like sometimes she would look at me and my friends like in awe, but then she would look at us like,
Like,
Oh,
wait,
I know. I know.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
Like-
He looks like that.
like girl, calm down. I'll be like, no, you don't understand.
No, my little cousin's going with us, and we already know like I have to hold on to her hand. But we're gonna be like making sure like don't get my cousin. But we're still gonna bop.
where are you guys sitting? Do you know?
So
We're
it's
kind of the
like
same section.
Yeah.
Like 101.
Oh, so you guys are lower, but oh, that's good.
yeah, so it's like 101, and then it's like kind of it's like the stage is right in the middle, so it's like on like that corner side
Yeah.
type of thing.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's
It's like
good.
a
We're
good
ready.
view. Yeah.
We leave
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
7 in the morning though.
I'm
so
so
Yes.
excited for you guys. I'm gonna be on the TikTok lives. I'm gonna be like,
I'm like telling
She
Kylie,
puts on a good
I-
show.
she does put on a good
I
show.
need a good fit for the gram. Like I
You
just,
do.
I'm telling
No,
myself
you
that,
do.
Like, but I don't want to be like how do you say it? Like when you don't really like an artist so much, but it's like
Or like a
A fake-
poser? Is it like
yeah,
a
like a
poser? Is
fake
that what they
fan.
call it?
a fake fan. So I'm just like, okay, I am a fan, y'all. Like just like,
She does. She knows. I can confirm. She knows. She knows.
She knows.
So-
she knows the set list. She's gonna
Yeah,
be singing to
she's
every
ready.
single one of.
So
the
if I
songs.
post, people can't come for me. I'll be
I'll be
"Guys,
like,
I'm
love
gonna be the
Taylor."
first one in the comments.
Fake.
Approved.
Didn't you just join last year?
Yes. What's going on?
Listen to Post a Podcast episode 20, and you will find out that she's not
Yeah.
who
Like,
she
oh,
says she is.
That's the real
I'm like
tea.
that.
No, but I'm so excited for you guys. You guys are gonna have a blast. So that we got a little off track, so let's get back on. So, we were talking about graduation and stuff. So what are your guys' plans after high school? Like, where do you plan on going to college, majoring?
We're going to UTRGV.
Visa.
Visa up.
Visa.
Rally
Oh,
the
that's
valley.
good. Oh, I thought you were gonna go to A&M.
No. Visa up.
Well,
Visa. That's good.
Visa up.
our plans got
They're changed.
off track, yeah.
Yes.
Well, yeah, the plans
Yeah.
change. It's
Yeah,
okay.
they change.
It's okay.
But that's good. I mean, as long as like they have, I always say, as long as the school gives you money and they have your major,
Yeah.
you're
Mhm.
good. Like,
well, right. Like I'm just hopefully next year I want to go to UT because I did get capped sadly, but it's okay. Like they need more time for me.
they
They weren't ready.
They
weren't
weren't
ready.
ready
They
for you,
weren't
yeah,
ready. Like,
and they
they-
knew that.
Mhm. So they're like, you know what? Let's hold off a year. But no, I'm doing UTRGV and then hopefully UT. I'm gonna try to reapply, but architecture is where I'm going.
Oh my
Architecture-
gosh,
architecture's
awesome,
really good.
awesome.
And
Yeah.
I want to be a teacher
Aw.
Yeah.
for little elementary kids.
That's so cute.
And
I
then-
always think about. I've thought about like being an elementary teacher, but I'm just like, ugh.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
if I were to do
would not be able
teaching,
to
I think
teach.
I would do elementary too.
Yeah.
Not
I think
high
that the high
school.
schoolers, they're mean. It's
I
so
like high school. I don't know. I would rather be in high school than elementary because like I feel like they're always like running and I'm like come down, and I feel like I might just like go crazy and like
Hopefully I get the good kids. Praying.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
gotta get the kid or the little ones are probably worse, but they have nap time, so you can
Yeah.
like
That's true.
you have
little-
like your hour because you have lunch and you have nap time, so
Yeah.
you have like that break.
Yeah, I'm excited. I always see like TikToks of like teachers now that are like, oh, like spend the day with me as a teacher.
Oh,
And
I
it's
love
so
those.
cute.
I love
cute.
those,
I
yeah.
think when you have like a good class, like as it's like a fun year. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
exactly. You just gotta get lucky.
Yeah.
you
And
know.
then I also want to be a real estate agent. So Eliana's gonna be the architect. I want to be the real estate agent.
Settle the
We're a little
houses.
duo.
Slay.
That's so good, and you guys can make a lot of money with that, like
Yeah.
architectures. Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know if you just said that. I got zoned out there, but you build houses, you sell them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Perfect.
but I think my only thing is that I want to start like my own business. So hopefully, like I don't want to do like go under someone because I know
Yeah.
that you don't make as much. So
Yeah.
hopefully, I'm like I would say I'm really creative. So
Yeah,
hopefully
she
that would help
definitely
me.
is.
and just be like branch out and just like
Yeah.
start. And I want to do here for the valley, like not really like up in
Yeah.
Austin. Like I think we need more here.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my
yeah.
goal too. Like
Mhm.
go out of town for college or university, but then come back. You know,
You can-
And
because
the
my
va-
family's
the valley's
here.
on the come up.
Yeah,
I-
it is. It is.
A lot of people here in the valley, and I'm like, I love the valley.
Yeah.
Like,
I love the
I
valley.
love the valley.
I think like I love the valley, but I want that experience of going
Yeah,
out
right,
to
yeah.
college. But I feel like the valley's like a good place to live because it's not so
very
like
family
hectic.
oriented.
Yeah, and it's family oriented, and it's not so hectic. And then like your culture's here, and
Yeah.
it's just like
And I want my
it's a
kids to
good
come
place be.
here.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I want-
Same.
I
Yes.
want my kids to
They
come
come
to
to
there.
PSA.
You're like you're
They
going
need
to
to graduate here.
Yes.
Exactly. No, yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with this
Yeah.
school,
Mhm.
and maybe it'll grow
I
bigger.
love this school.
Me too.
No, yeah.
I love it.
We need a few more buildings though.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think
It'll probably be a different building.
Yeah,
honestly,
probably.
like, by
Or
then.
maybe
by
they'll
the
like
time.
change like completely. You know how they did like
Oh,
a couple
that's
years
true.
back where it was like a
Mhm.
collegiate and now like ew.
But
Yeah.
the only thing I feel like the location is kind of perfect. I know for some people they
I
live
think,
farther.
yeah.
It
I know
is.
at Sam you live pretty far. Or no, you live really
No,
close.
No,
by.
I
think
live
she-
close. I
Oh,
live
okay.
like kind of right by the Peter Piper,
Oh, okay.
like
okay,
right
okay.
there. So it's not too far from me.
Mhm.
It's like I don't know, like
thing.
it doesn't. Sometimes it's a 10-minute drive, but it doesn't feel like a 10-minute drive.
Mhm,
It's
that
like
makes sense.
5 to 10.
It
minutes.
Yeah, I
depending
think it's
on
like
like
6.
Yeah, it depends because I have like the stoplight. So depending on if the stoplight decides to be green or red, that like determines my time. But yeah, I feel like it's a good place. But I feel like it's a good location because everyone used to come here before like North and Southwest and
Yeah.
and Memorial. So it's like Alamo's right there. Where it's in San Juan, far as like literally right there, like across the street.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like farther for like the people in North Far and like North
San
Alamo.
Juan and
San
North
Juan, I
Alamo,
mean,
yeah.
I'm sorry.
I think it's in the middle of everything. You're hungry.
Yeah,
Drive down the road,
Exactly.
it's right there.
Whataburger, yeah.
You got HEB too. Like, oh, like you need like groceries.
You
or-
want a
I
little
don't know.
snack, a little last spot, walk across.
It's
Like
right
right there.
No, it's perfect, especially like when I would stay for drama and we had to like get a quick snack before rehearsal. It's like okay, we have McDonald's, we have Whataburger, we have
Yeah, Wingstop. You got like a lot of
exactly.
restaurants.
You have
Mhm.
everything. Like it's perfect. I wouldn't mind my kids coming here. Be
I
like,
want my kids
No,
to come.
they're-
here.
yeah,
they're coming
here.
here.
Coming
Yeah.
here.
And I feel
Um,
like we're the academic wise. I feel like we're really like.
We're
Yeah,
really
I
good.
would
Really
not want to
good.
go to any other school in PSA. I think we're the number one school in PSA.
Well, yeah, like we're the OGs.
Yeah.
we have. There's a lot of tradition here, and you
Yeah.
have to
Mhm.
keep that tradition going.
And
Yeah.
It's like you want them to like. My older siblings, my mom went here, my
Yeah.
grandpa, and
Gotta
so
keep it alive.
they're like, "Do you still do this?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I think it's like really cool how we still like keep everything going from like since like the 90s,
Yeah, I'm ready for our reunion.
the 10-year.
The 10-year reunion.
Well,
I am. I'm
Speaking of 10 years, actually, where do you guys see yourself in 10 years? Since we're talking about college and all that.
Okay, wait. How am I gonna be? 20? No, 26.
20,
28.
28.
In 10
Oh,
years,
all
yeah.
right, girl, yeah.
20.
My bad, guys. I swear I'm good at math.
No, we were literally talking about that last podcast episode.
Okay,
No,
so
yeah, we were like, are we good at math? I don't know.
I think hopefully, legal. I swear I am. I'm doing good.
I am.
But 28. Hopefully married. I'm not gonna lie. Like married, architecture job here, building with my dad. But honestly, because I don't want to be like. Do you ever feel like being married too old or like?
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
definitely. Or like
No.
having kids too old, too. Yeah.
Like I think
Definitely.
24. Like okay, that's when I can start like be getting married. I think 22 might be too
That-
young.
yeah.
Depending.
Yeah.
So you're still living. I feel like
Yeah.
you're. You know what
I
mean?
think I stand by 26.
Okay.
I
like
think
that.
26 is like the perfect age to like get married and then like start having kids and
Mhm.
stuff, because you're old enough but you're not too old
Yeah.
and stuff.
It's like a young mom, like but, like,
Exactly.
looking good. You know what I mean?
Like exactly, like because I don't want to be like too old for my kids,
Yeah.
And like,
You must
how
be
many kids do you
active with
have?
them. Mhm.
Exactly.
Yes.
And then you don't want to have your kids too spaced out apart because then it's like
They
two
will have-
different things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like one's like a child and then one's like
a whole adult. You
a
know,
whole
makes
adult.
sense.
It's crazy. But what about you, Carla? Where do you see
Well, I
yourself
definitely
in
see
10 years?
myself. I want to be a teacher for PSA. So hopefully I'm still a teacher. I'm doing my real estate hopefully I'm with my boyfriend still. he makes it big in the MOB. Hopefully.
That's so
MLB
true.
wife.
We could be like MLB sisters.
Manifesting.
Because my brother, my brother plays baseball with your
Yeah.
boyfriend.
Oh yes.
So they can.
They're very close too, so.
Yeah, they're very close. They're like always at each other's house, and I'm like,
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like, hey, Jacob, can I borrow him just for like a day, please?
no, yeah, but yeah, hopefully they make it big. Because I always joke around. I was like, hey, make it big, and I got you. Like, I will be there every single game. Don't
I'll
even
report
worry.
at your games.
I'll report at your games.
Imagine like you're like you're the reporter, and then he's playing.
And he was like interviewing, like, hey, we're here with MLB. Da, da, da.
We're like the Nepo siblings.
Mhm.
Be like, oh my God, they're like related.
Like everyone finds out it's like breaking Twitter and everything.
No way, MLB star reporter are siblings.
Your brother's gonna watch this and be like, what is that?
Stop talking about me.
No, I know my friends would joke around with him like, oh, like, remember me when, like, you know,
You make it big.
You make it big. No, but I mean, both of them, they both got like really great potential and stuff.
Well,
and
actually, he's going to UTHB for baseball. Yeah,
that's really good. But okay, so, you know, as we're talking about 10 years from now and where we are now, like, what advice would you give to like your younger self, like now in this moment?
I think I would tell her just to be herself. Like, don't change for anyone else.
Exactly.
That's really good.
I'm thinking, like, I was like, what do
I know
say?
she'd be so proud of me.
Yeah.
Just true to yourself and don't give up. Like, just keep doing like all the things you wanted to do. Like, keep pushing yourself. Don't just like don't settle. Pretty much.
Yeah,
do as much as you can.
Definitely.
Yeah. What about you, Cass?
Me, I would tell my younger self. I mean, advice. I would just tell her to be herself, you know, and just don't stress about every little thing because
That's
it's
good
all
too,
gonna work out in the end. We're not at the end yet, but
Almost.
almost.
I would tell
almost.
my little self that too, but like she's still doing it. She's
Yeah,
still stressing
yeah.
about every
Yeah.
little thing. So like she hasn't learned. But I think like younger me would be really shocked to like where I am now.
Yeah, I think I'd be really proud of myself.
I would be.
I think it's if I look back on like 6th grade me, and like I did dance in middle school before, so I'm like telling her, oh, you're cheer captain now. She'd be like, what? You're in cheer.
What happened?
When I was little, I used to have like a really bad like stuttering problem. So now it's gotten a lot better. So she'd be proud of me.
She'd be proud. No, she would be. But speaking of like, you know, we all had to get somewhere with someone. And who would you say your biggest inspiration throughout, you know, middle school, high school, your younger self? Your younger self. Well, yeah, your younger self, yeah.
Like teacher-wise, or what do you mean?
Just anyone in general.
Parents.
My parents for sure. Cantu. Shout out to Cantu.
Yeah.
Love her. Honestly, I feel like all the adults in my life has really just like pushed me and just to do great. And honestly, without their opinion, like I don't know what I would do because I'm always like overthinking everything. So they're always like, Eliana, whatever you think, go with your gut. And I'm like, okay. My siblings too, like we hate on each other so much, but they're there like, oh my God, Eliana, you're doing so much. Like it's okay to take a break.
Relax.
Yeah. And I'm always fighting with them, but it's like, you know, siblings.
That's how you show your love.
That's how it is, yeah.
What about you?
For definitely my mom. For some reason, my mom just always knows. Like she knows when I'm about to do something bad, when I'm doing something good. She always just has like a feeling, like her mom instincts come out.
They're like
she
that.
Knows.
They're like that.
And they spark real quick. My mom's like, okay, what happened? I'm like, I haven't even said anything. What do you
Like
mean?
nothing's happened.
Or like too, like with the friends, she'll be like I don't know, like are you sure about this?
Yeah, they've definitely
know.
been right about a lot of friends. Like, I feel like they just know. Like they'll tell
They're like,
you, and then
They've been through
you're like, nah, like no,
Like,
don't
Mom,
worry
trust me,
about
like,
it.
she's
Yeah,
not
and
like
then boom.
Yep.
It's like,
Oh, damn.
Like,
Damn, I guess you are
My mom's
right.
like that,
Yeah.
I was right. I'm like, oh, why not, Mom?
No, like sometimes like my mom will be right and I hate to admit it. I'm just
Me
like,
too.
I'm like, no, it's like I'll make up an excuse. I'll be like, no, it's because like this, like blah 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 blah, and then they're like, she's like, okay. Yeah, but I mean, my mom is great. My dad's great. I think, you know, it's good to have those people in your life and that inspiration, that support. It's super important.
I think like you're very blessed to like have these like people like always like encouraging you for everything.
Definitely.
And what life lessons would you say you've like learned from these people, or just like from yourself in general?
Your
from any
experiences.
Well, I would say life lesson just to do a lot as much as you can like while you're like still active, because my mom says, she's like, I was never able to do like cheer, FFA, like all these activities. I only did band. And I was like, and so this is like your opportunity to do everything. Like I want you to do as much as you can.
Yeah, my mom's the same way, because she'll like encourage me to do like my mom's one of my number one supporters, and she's always like she'll encourage me to do all these things, because I guess not that she didn't have the opportunity, but just that she wasn't like informed enough about everything that she could do in high school. So she's always super excited and like always just encourages me to like go out, and she's like my big motivator, or my biggest encouragement to leave for college, because she's like, I always wanted to leave for college, but I didn't get to do that, so like I want you to do that. And it's also just like a way to like, you know, learn more about yourself and learn like how you would be in like different situations, which I think is pretty cool.
Well, with me, I wasn't even going to graduate with my associates or even take college classes. And mom was like you can do it. She was always like pushing me, like, go take your TSI again, go take it again, like you got it. So she's like the reason why I'm even graduating with it, because she never let me give up.
Yeah, that would be my dad. He's always like, are you sure? He's always like telling me, like, double checking. My mom's like, if you need a break, like, go ahead. It's always a bad cop, good cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so he's like pushing. It's like, I really love it. Love them.
Well, what's your favorite memory about from the past 4 years being a bear?
Honestly, there's a lot. Like, I'm kind of like, you know, not gonna lie, but I think just like football season, I know that's like a typical one, but it's just like that moment being there with everyone. Like past 4 years, like every football season I loved. Like my freshman year, I know we did like really good, so like the vibe was just like everyone was so excited for Friday nights. Everyone was like, homecoming was just like everything to everyone. Just like, oh my god, the big game. So it's just like, honestly, those like having those memories, being able to go back, it's just like I always get like heartfelt, like I was like, oh, like always like want to tear up. And just know, like, this is my last year. It's like, oh. And everyone's like, you're going to be a has-been? I'm like, no, don't say that. Don't say that. Like, I got cousins who go here. That's my excuse.
Like, I love I love all my teachers, right? But there's some that you grow special connections with. And you want to come back and visit, but you're like, I don't want to be a has-been. So, like, I'll just say hello from afar.
Like, you see about the games, if anything, because I know it's like, everyone goes. So it's like, that's an excuse to go. So if you see the teacher, I'm like, hey,
remember me?
Like, oh, you know, your third and fourth class.
I remember literally it'd be like, I saw you like 4 months ago. Like oh my bad, sorry. But no, to finish, you know, our last episode in the podcast, we kind of want to bring it full circle, because our first guest on this podcast, or for season 2, was Miss Lisa Cantu, which is your cheer coach, right? The cheer
and
coach.
the sponsor
And
for
the sponsor for student council and senior class. So as you finish this journey with PSJ Bears, you know, in 5 weeks.
You cry sound.
As you finish this journey, what does the phrase "once a bear, always a bear" truly mean to you?
Honestly, it's the meaning is just very like, it's very, it kind of like heartfelt, or just like the whole, all your memories of just like high school just like kind of like goes back at you. Like I think a lot of people think like, oh my gosh, just like your school, like calm down, like it's not that big of a deal. But it's like, no, like we do so much, and I feel like we do so much for our city. And I think being on the news, you're like, oh my god, Bears. Like I go to that school, and I just think like, once a bear, always a bear. I love to, when I grow up and be like, oh, like I'm proud of what our school is and what we've done. So honestly, just like it's very like heartwarming, very loving.
I think the saying is like, it's filled with tradition. Whenever I was planning or preparing for the reunion this year, for what was like the 20th reunion, I think. Just seeing everybody come back and like, you know, just chit-chatting with everyone, catching up, it was just so surreal, because like it doesn't matter, you know, how far like you go, how long you go without like talking. Just whenever you come here, like like everybody knows like I'm a bear.
Exactly. And it is heartfelt, because actually at that reunion, it was my Theo's reunion, so he was there and he was able to like see me with the camera and stuff, and like he brought his kids, and it's just like, wow, like, you know, you come back after so long.
Like the growth we've done with the school and stuff.
The way I saw it too, like once a bear, always a bear. Like we win as a bear, we lose as a bear. Like every single loss that we've taken, like we're still together as a whole.
I think a lot of people think we're just like, oh, like it's so corny, like it's like, why you like, it's so like cringy, I guess you can say. But it's like, no, it's like, it's true, we're a family, we're tradition. Like I know people think it's like too much, but it's the truth. Like and I love how like older like adults, like everyone who's like grown, they come back and they're seeing us, they're like, oh my god, very proud, like you're doing that, like I was in that too. And I love that they just get so happy and so excited that we're doing all this and we're still keeping everything going, still keeping the tradition alive. And I just think it's very like
I was talking to the board member whenever we were having the board meeting. I think it was Cynthia, I don't know. She was just so happy, just me telling her about like what I'm doing, like what I want to do, and she's like, oh, like yes, you go and do that. She was so happy, just like hearing everything that I've done in PSJ.
I know, and like you mentioned, like some people hate on it because they're like, oh, it's cliche, or like you're doing too much. But it's like, you know, it's even growing up, it's like the things you look forward to, like in
Yeah.
high school.
Yes.
It's always like, oh, I want to go to
Yes.
prom, or I can't wait to go to the football games, or I can't wait to do this, I can't wait to that. It's what you look forward to. And some people are just like, oh, it's just a football game, or it's just prom,
Yeah,
it's
or
just
like,
this, it's
a
just that.
bonfire,
But it's like, it's, I don't know, it's the excitement. It's like your childhood, you know?
Literally.
It's what
the-
you look forward to.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
It
think
is
some
what you
people
look
think it's
forward
like, oh, like I'm too cool to participate in that stuff, but no.
It's
I
you
love it.
wanna
It's
be
cool
involved.
to participate.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you're in it. I'm like, oh my god, you're part of that. I'm like, yes, like
Yeah,
No, like I don't mean to bring up Taylor Swift again, but she does have like this quote where it's like the worst kind of people are the people who make you
Oh,
feel
yeah.
dumb for being excited about
Yes.
something. And I resonate
love
with that
that.
so much, because it's like I'll be excited about something and then someone will tell me like, oh, it's just this or it's just that, or like it's
chill,
not that
yeah.
big of a deal. But it's like I'm excited about it, so
Yeah.
like just don't say anything. Just
Yeah,
be like,
yeah.
oh,
Just
that's
nod
cool.
your head.
Yeah.
Just nod your head and
yeah.
just
don't say anything at all. If you don't have something nice to say, just
exactly.
Just-
So I'm so happy that we have this Bear Pride, and I'm glad that you girls were our leaders this year, because you definitely represent that, and
Yeah.
you're definitely like, you know, you're proud from where you come from and who you represent.
Right.
And I think, and I like, just because I'm happy that you're like saying that, because I know a lot of people say like, oh, they didn't do that much, or like
Yeah.
they didn't, like they've never even done anything.
Yeah.
But, and I feel like if you really know us, you know how much we're trying to push for things to
Yeah.
happen, just so the kids can have memories to look back on. And I think a lot of people like the next years are like, oh, we're gonna try to do more, but you just gotta remember like you're
not
still
everything is possible.
not
too.
but
Yeah.
doing as much as you can is like the best you can do.
Yeah. And I'm sure, like, you know, last year you probably, well, I'm not like, what's the word, like suggesting that you guys thought that, or like, oh, like we're gonna do so much more than what the student council, but like now you're in their shoes and you're like,
Yeah,
Like, it
okay,
makes
it's
sense.
not.
Yeah, it really does make sense, because last year I'd be like, oh, like why didn't we do this? But now that I'm like, because I would like for Anna, I would see Anna and be like, oh,
Yeah.
but now that I'm like actually the president, I'm like, okay, like Anna was right.
Like it does make sense. Like
Yeah.
we can't do it all, because I mean, at the end of the day, unfortunately, it's not up to you guys.
Yeah.
You can push and push and push, but
It's
if that like admin doesn't want to, it's like there's nothing you can do
Yeah.
and
about
it's
it.
not even just like, oh, like trying to beg Dr. Vela. He still talks to all the other principals and still tries to get approval from each and every one, just so we can like even approve one thing and try to like go forward with it.
So remember, guys, be nice to your leaders. They're trying their
Yeah,
best.
we're trying really
They're
hard.
trying the best. And elections should be coming up soon, right?
Yeah,
for next
we're
year.
doing senior class,
Her,
so
she's getting replaced, not me yet. She's
Carla.
getting replaced, not me.
yeah. So if anyone wants to join senior class, honestly, we really love it. Remember, everyone just has to know if you're doing senior class, you need to be spirited. You can't just do
Yeah.
it for the application,
Yeah,
just to
don't
put it
do
on.
it for that for your college application.
Do it to make memories for your
The right
students.
intentions. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, it was so nice having you guys on.
Thank you for having us.
You know,
Thank
this
you.
wraps up our episode 20, and this also wraps up our season 2. And this is actually my very last episode with Posted Podcast, because I am graduating with them, guys.
Yes.
If you guys don't know, I'm a senior.
You're amazing, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You guys are amazing.
Yes.
You guys do so much. But I'm just so happy. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity that the different guests that we had in our audience for watching every single day, because honestly, without our guests and without our audience, we wouldn't have this entire production.
And our
you know?
production team too.
In our
Yes.
production team too. I want to thank our production team, which is Jonathan Martinez, Jordan Gonzalez, and Ivan Davila. And we also want to thank our sponsor and our mentor, Mr. Pedro Leja, the one and only, as he says. But yeah, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy I had the opportunity, and I'm so glad. I'm so happy the guests that we had on and what we were able to cover and everything. So it was just a great time.
Yes,
Definitely
it's
the memories
awesome
that will last
having
a
you.
lifetime.
I
Yeah.
really love what y'all doing, what y'all are doing here, and I think it's just keeping it going. It's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah, I'm
you.
so glad
Thank you.
that we
only
had
up
you
from
guys
here.
on. Like, this is, I think, I'm sorry, but I think this was like my favorite episode ever.
Yeah.
I think 'cause it's also hurtful because it's like
Yeah.
this is
We
my
talked about
last
Taylor
one.
Swift.
It's like
Taylor Swift.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like you said, it's full circle, and we're ending with students, and we're comfortable with you all. So it's also it's amazing, and Sam, I'm so happy that we had you for this season.
Oh, I'm so sad.
Great way for season 2. I love you so much.
I love you.
Yeah.
And that wraps up.
We'll still be working together.
What's the-
hopefully.
yes,
yeah.
we will. We
So
still
we're
got
not-
5
we're
weeks
not
left.
de- technically, we're not over yet. We got 5 weeks.
We got
Yeah.
5 weeks. Don't even worry about it. We got it. But
Well,
do
thank
you want
you
to
so much.
end with your saying?
Yes, of course. Thank you so much for having us. Before we end.
Okay.
So-
Yes.
And remember, Bears, make it a great day or not. The choice is yours. Go Bears!